Hello again, it is Jennifer, your transsexual toy tester. So in this video, I'm just going to talk a little bit about loving my body. So you see all this like body positivity stuff out there, all the like you should just love your body the way it is and like not stress so much about your flaws and all that. Well, that's kind of feel good bullshit because not everyone is capable of doing that. Um, Transsexuals in particular, we cannot do that. We cannot love the bodies we were born with. We just can't do it. Now, I mean, my body felt like it wasn't mine. Like, it's if I don't know exactly how to describe it, but it literally felt like my body wasn't mine. Like if you've ever seen the show Third Rock from the Sun, where these aliens come to Earth and they get human bodies, it's kind of like that. Like imagine if you were like sent to some other planet and you had to be given a body that corresponded to whatever the aliens on that planet were, you would feel out of place because it wouldn't feel like it was your body. It would feel foreign to you, right? There was a trans character on CSI that described it really well. She said, it's like your body is a foreign country and you're stuck without a passport. So, yeah, I wasn't able to love my body. Now, with my genitals, that was an interesting situation because like there are plenty of trans women that absolutely hate their penis. Well, I didn't hate my penis in that way because I discovered masturbation and I discovered hey, this penis thing that I've got, I can use it to do something pleasurable. And so I basically learned to tolerate my penis because hey, it can bring me pleasure. But in some ways I also really hated my penis. I remember during puberty I absolutely hated getting spontaneous erections. Like and I don't know how common this is among boys to, have this issue, but yeah, when my dick would get hard for no fucking reason, like, no. Now, my dick getting hard when I was, like looking at porn or something, that was a different animal because I was deliberately doing something sexual, right? Something I was doing something that would arouse me. It wasn't just getting hard over nothing. Now, when I first started kind of getting into the trans thing, I guess like a lot of folks, I started with cross dressing because that's easy and it's accessible. And I will admit that cross dressing is something that sexually aroused me. And why? I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if it was just kind of like the forbidden fruit sort of thing. But yeah, back then, putting on a dress would get me hard and then I would masturbate, and have my orgasm and everything, and it was something pleasurable. So, for a time, I was able to tolerate, this sort of thing, especially because this was before I was living as a woman or anything like that. So cross dressing was just like something I did at home in my bedroom for the most part. There were a few occasions when I'd go out dressed up, but it was largely like this is something I do in my bedroom behind closed doors. So If it makes me hard and then I feel the need to masturbate, cool, whatever. But then later on, once once I had, like transitioned to some extent or another, my transition was a little funky because I started my transition when I moved off to college. And in 2003, I legally changed my name because I wanted to make absolutely certain that my diploma said Jennifer on it. I was not about to get a diploma with my dead name on it. No fucking way. Anyway, and so yeah, then I kind of went on hormones, and unfortunately, I had trouble taking them, so I just kind of stopped taking them. But I never but even when I was off of hormones, I never thought, oh, okay, I'm just going to go back to being that other guy. No. So yeah, there were times when I was still more or less full time, but I was off of hormones. And so off of the hormones and the testosterone blocker and everything. And yeah, it's actually just painful to even think about. I'm just about to start crying, honestly. Um there were times when I would get dressed, right? I was just gonna wear what I was gonna wear because and I'd like put on a skirt or whatever, and then bam, my dick would get hard and demand attention. And then so of course the dick would usually win, and then I would masturbate, and then afterwards, like, any desire that I had to wear what I was going to wear, like, it just vanished. And I absolutely I hated that. I absolutely hated that. I hated the fact that I was just getting dressed. I wasn't doing anything to try to get aroused. And then here comes this fucking thing between my legs, like demanding attention. And, I had wanted sex reassignment surgery for like 20 some odd years. But at one point, I just figured there's no way I'll ever be able to afford it. So I just basically, I kind of learned to live with my penis in the same way that, say, people with like chronic pain maybe learn to live with it. And I think just in general, I kind of, to an extent, kind of learned to live with the dysphoria. Just because it's like again with people with like chronic pain or whatever, it becomes your normal. And sometimes you don't realize how bad something was until you actually fix the problem. And so, yeah, I had this. So I was able to tolerate my penis, and I did have a certain amount of connection to my penis, only insofar that it was a means to orgasms. But the rest of my body, forget it. I did not like the rest of my body. I mean, honestly, I can't even think back then. I can't even think of any part of my body that I actually liked. I mean, I can't even say that I liked my penis. It was just, this is the thing that I use to have orgasms. And at one point, I've had issues with obesity for a long time. So at one point, I had joined Weight Watchers, and I lost a lot of weight. I got myself down from 250 to like 269 or something, right? An incredible amount of weight loss. And even then, I mean, I certainly felt a lot less bad than when I was, fat and out of shape and everything. But I still didn't have that connection to my body, because I just didn't have my body the way it was supposed, the way it should be, right? So, yeah, losing all that weight didn't do it. Now, these days, I'm post op and I'm on injectable estrogen since the oral estrogen wasn't putting my um, estrogen levels where they should be. So now I'm on injectables and I feel so much better. Now, currently I weigh like 261 thereabouts. Because unfortunately, I did end up gaining some weight back. You know, I've at my heaviest I was close to 300 pounds. Then I lost a bunch. Then I gained some back, and then I lost some before my surgery, and then I've gained some back, unfortunately, and now it's on the way back down. But yeah, right now I am fatter than before I joined Weight Watchers that one time and lost all that weight. But being heavier now, being fatter now than I was back then, I feel so much better than I did back then. Even with all my like physical issues, like I've got my asthma issues and like I mean I've got enough physical issues between my asthma and my fucked up back and whatever that I have a wheelchair. And so depending on where I'm going, what I'm doing, I'll take my wheelchair. And but even with all of those issues, I still feel better in this body than in that old body. Because now I've got the right genitals and I've got the right hormones. Now my body feels like it's mine. And I have a connection to my body that I never had before. And it's amazing. Like it is just so awesome to have this connection to my body that I never had before. And nowadays, like my my genitals are not just something that gives me orgasms. It's actually like something it's great to have them. You know, like my genitals are not perfect. I've got a minor issue with my left labia because a suture popped out early, but the issue is just cosmetic. But even then, I love my pussy. You know, I can actually say that these days I can legit say that I love my body. Even though I still have things about it that I don't entirely like. You know, like my belly's too big. And I do still have some issues with, my face. But I can still, even then, even though I can point to specific things about my body that I don't like, on the whole, I can say I can say that I love my body. And it's absolutely awesome. And this is something we should all strive for. And it's really, really important to recognize that it's not easy for everyone. And just saying, you should love your body the way it is, that doesn't fucking work for everyone. Some of us need to have medical interventions. Some of us need to get plastic surgery for that to happen. You know, I had to have my genitals radically altered. And I have to have synthetic hormones injected into me every week. That's just what I have to do. So, yeah. And it's just it's just amazing like how the way I can connect with my body that I just never could before. And it's been making masturbation just so amazing. Like back when I had a penis and I masturbated, like masturbation was just kind of a thing I did. I mean, it's something I did every night before I went to sleep. And it just kind of became a habit. It was just the thing I did before I went to sleep, right? And my masturbation was always the standard, like, jerk off technique. And it was just, jerk off, blow a load, go to sleep. Like, that's it. And my orgasms weren't even that good, actually. Most of them were pretty crap, I think. And these days, like, masturbation isn't just this thing I do. It's a way to connect with my body. It's a way to connect with myself. It's a way to connect with my womanhood. It's I was going to say that it almost has like a spiritual dimension to it, which, I'm an atheist who does not believe in the supernatural, so I don't know if spiritual is really the right word, but it definitely has this, but it's definitely more than what masturbating with a penis was. Masturbating with a penis was just a mechanical, really largely a mechanical act. It was just jerk off, blow a load, go to sleep. A lot of it was that. Or, back when I looked at porn, it would be like, ooh, look at the pictures of the naked ladies, get hard, jerk off, blow a load. Ooh, it's like, but now it's like I can really connect with myself in ways that I couldn't. And so it's been really cool to it's just been really cool to like how like the way I've been able to use masturbation to really connect with myself and like learn and connect with my body and love my body in ways that I never could when I had a penis and testosterone in my system. It's just it's absolutely amazing. And this level of connection that I have with my body, everyone should have this. And you need to figure out what it is that you need to do to have this kind of connection with your body. I can't tell you what's right for you. I can only tell you what worked for me. For me, I needed to get sex reassignment surgery and I need to have estrogen in my system. That's what I've needed to do. But everyone is different. You might need to do something different. But try and figure out like what you need to do to connect with your body. And I mean, if you don't currently masturbate, I highly encourage people to masturbate. It's a great way to connect with your body on a like physical and emotional level. And I think I get the impression that women tend to have more, tend to have all these, you have all these body issues as women, especially with all the crap in the fashion magazines and everywhere else telling you that you got to look like those photoshopped, models. So I think this is where masturbation it can come into play. Like just get naked, get into your bed and just play with yourself. Just enjoy your body. Explore your body. And I love the fact that I can now properly connect with my body, properly enjoy my body, like in ways that I I was never able to do for 38 years of my life. And it's really kind of sad that it took that long for me to be able to have this connection with my body. But I'm glad I have it. And I just love all these like experiences that I'm having with my body. It is friggin' awesome. So, yeah, that's just some little thoughts there for 20 minutes. And so, yes. So, yes, please, if you like my content, please subscribe and hit the notification icon. And I would greatly appreciate it if you would support me on Patreon because I'm poor and your donations will help me buy more sex toys to try out. So, I am Jennifer, your transsexual toy tester, and I will see you again later.